Okay, so you've realized that, and you want to get rid of things. But even though you understand the mechanism, when it comes to actually throwing things away, you hesitate. You just can't seem to move forward. What should you do? Let's start from here. Let's talk specifically about how to discard things. First, step 1. Obvious trash. I know it sounds ridiculously obvious, but the reason you're not getting rid of obvious trash is because you're leaving it lying around. Why are you keeping things you absolutely don't need on your shelves or on your desk? You know you don't need them. For some reason, you just can't bring yourself to throw them away. But first, let's start with the obvious trash as the first step. Obvious trash, things you clearly don't need. You can't open the door unless you get rid of that obvious trash. So, let's throw it away. I'm going to become a minimalist. I don't want to be buried alive in possessions and information, not knowing what's important, not even knowing where my family photos are, clutching a Vuitton bag as I die. You don't want that, do you? So, let's throw things away. And then, the next important thing is to discard items that you have multiple of. That's a key point. Let's get rid of them. Here's the thing. Family photos. You take like 5 or 6 shots in a row trying to get the best one. Nowadays, you probably take about 5. But you save all 5 without even deciding which one looks the best. Why? Why do you try to take the best photo? You're afraid of being poor. You have this feeling that since you can take so many, you should just take them all, like when you go to a buffet and you feel like you have to eat everything. Isn't one good photo enough? You've seen that you can usually get a decent photo on the first try with your smartphone, right? It's not like the old days when you wouldn't know until you developed the film. So why do you take 2 or 3? And why don't you organize them? That's why you end up with like 10 similar photos. Does this sound familiar? And what's with all the useless ballpoint pens? Why do you have 7 half-used, slightly worn-down erasers on your shelf? Isn't one enough? Getting rid of multiple items is where it starts. If you go too far, you become a hoarder. People are often insecure, so they have 7 erasers, 12 pens, and all kinds of things they stock up on. A lot of people do this, right? Like 6 bottles of shampoo. My partner is like that. They buy a crazy amount of stuff and don't throw anything away. But I've seen a lot of people like that when doing home visit shoots for TV. They say, I can buy it anytime. You go to the house of a former major leaguer who has a ton of money and lives in a huge mansion, and they have an entire room dedicated to storing things like tissues. You're like, what? You can buy that anytime. They say they're insecure. They're using an entire room for that. So they should just live in a bigger house. No, even if they lived in a bigger house, they'd still do the same thing, because their mindset wouldn't change. That's tough. And another one, I might use it someday. This is a tough opponent. Have you ever won against this one? It's like a bodyguard comes out. You say, today I'm going to become a minimalist. And then, from behind the shadows, oh. And you're like, what's going on? And they say, you might use it someday. And you're like, hey. And then, bam. The bodyguard comes out and says, don't cause trouble. You might need it someday. Don't waste it. And you're like, gah, I'll become a minimalist next year. And you keep it. You have to set a deadline for I might use it someday. If you haven't used something for a year, it's a goner. Throw it away. "I might wear it someday" is the same thing. You didn't wear it last winter, did you? You said you might wear it when winter comes, but you didn't. If you don't wear it, throw it away. Why would you wear something after 7 years? Does that ever happen? Will it come back into style? Will you feel like wearing something you bought 7 years ago? No way. It's not like the National High School Baseball Championship. It's not like 7 years later, 4th time at the championship. You don't have clothes like that, do you? You don't see them coming out like a school with a long tradition. How are you going to wear a jacket from 7 years ago? You probably have more clothes than that. So, that's what I'm talking about. And another thing, you're conscious of how others see you. You think, if I have this, people will envy me. But people probably don't think it's cool. Why do you think that driving a Mercedes will make you popular? People will just think that you like Mercedes. Have you ever seen that happen? Is there a scene where someone says, "Who do you like these days? Who are you interested in?" Who? So-and-so. What do you like about them? They drive a Mercedes. No, there's no such scene. Why do we think that driving a nice car will make us popular? Why do we think that driving a fast, flat car will make us more popular? Why do we think that driving around town making a lot of noise will make us popular? Why doesn't anyone tell us that it won't make us popular? Those cars are so uncomfortable. i8s, Lamborghinis, even Miyasako drives one. He says, "It'll make your wife happy." But your wife is definitely not happy. You can't go shopping in that. If you say it'll make a date great, there will be a miscommunication. So you should just have things that you like. If something makes you look arrogant, you don't need it. And now, here's the next one. "I might use it someday." You say, "Shut up, I didn't use it this winter." You defeat that, and then the next enemy appears. Well, isn't it okay? You're energetic, that's good. You're a minimalist? Well, I understand how you feel. But shouldn't you just store it? It's not like you're getting rid of it. This is a really tough enemy. You're like, "That's true. Getting rid of things sounds extreme. The word discard sounds extreme. It's like you'll never see it again. It's close to death." So you think, just put it away, store it nicely. But you're already so full that you can't store anything else. So you think, maybe I'll buy more storage space. You buy more boxes. Even though your storage space is full, you buy external boxes. You go to IKEA and they have all kinds of boxes that look like they'll make it easy to organize. You buy the boxes, but you don't organize anything. Have you ever actually organized them? Yes or no? Don't give me excuses. Have you ever bought boxes that looked easy to organize and then actually continued to organize them? No, you just throw things in, right? And then the whole box becomes a bad loan, radiating a creepy aura, right? You're like, "I need a box to organize this box. How did this happen? Is that how Matryoshka dolls were born? I don't know, but it's like there's a doll inside a doll, inside a doll, inside a doll. You have a box in the closet, a box inside that box, a box inside that box, and you buy a bag to hide all the boxes. That kind of storage is meaningless. You have to throw it away. Storage is just a temporary fix. You know it's just a temporary fix. Stop trying to create a mysterious shelf on the wall. Stop buying mysterious boxes. Stop digging under the stairs and trying to bury things there. Why did you make each step of the stairs a drawer? Why did you build a shelf on top of the wall? The area is getting smaller and smaller, and you haven't even opened the drawers under the stairs. Not this winter, not this summer. You've forgotten that it's a drawer. It's the same thing with this story. Don't say, "Oh, this box might be useful." Don't say that. It's the same as saying, "Oh, this bottle might be useful," or, "Oh, this shell might be useful." Don't ever say that again. "This bottle might be useful" is not true. The fancy pudding that was in it was fancy, but once you've eaten the pudding, throw the bottle away. Throw away the tin that the Disney cookies came in. It's fine that the box smells like chocolate, but throw it away. Throw away the boxes, bottles, and tins. Your place is full of boxes, bottles, and tins, and there's nothing in them. You're like, "I might put something in them." You haven't put anything in the bottles. You haven't put anything in the tins. You haven't put anything in the boxes. The closet is just full of boxes, bottles, and tins. Why are you putting containers inside containers and grinning, saying, "I might put something in them"? What kind of curse is that? Stop the curse you're under. Stop trying to be creative with storage. You only know that you found a small, pretty bottle, can, or box. Don't get excited about it. Now, we've defeated the enemy. But when it comes to actually discarding things, there are actually services that can help. There are online auctions now, but it's a pain to list each item individually. There are services where you can send everything together, and they'll put it up for auction for you. There are also on-site purchase services, where they'll come to your house and take everything you don't need. There are those services, right? They'll come and say, "What do you want to get rid of?" "Everything in this closet, and this, and this, and this." They'll take it all away. They'll sell it or put it up for auction. You're afraid to just throw it away, right? You want to at least sell it. I understand. So there are services like that, so don't be afraid. You're afraid of throwing things away because you feel guilty. So you try to give it to your juniors. Your juniors don't want it. Your juniors don't want your clothes or accessories. They don't want them. They'll buy their own. Stop trying to give everything to your juniors just to get rid of your guilt. There are services that will do that for a fee, so use them. Get them to take it, and most of your things will be gone. And you'll have 37,000 yen. Thank you. You've come this far. You've thrown away the obvious trash. You've thrown away the duplicates. You've thrown away the things you haven't used in a year. Then, you threw away the things you mistakenly thought made you look important, and you threw away the illusion that you could just store everything. You threw away the boxes, the bottles, and the tins. And you stopped trying to build shelves in the air or turn the space under the stairs into a ninja house with a weird remodel. And you properly selected a purchase service or a summary service to put things up for auction and got rid of them. Congratulations. Now the real battle begins. The things you can't sell, the memories. The final boss has arrived. Dun dun dun. Akira. It's like the movie Akira, where humanity was so scared that they sealed it away. The pipes are amazing. I can hear Akira. The power is amazing. Letters from that person, memorial messages, all kinds of things. The keepsakes. You can't even put a price on them, but you can't throw them away because you're afraid people will think you're heartless. You can't move forward, you can't move back. A letter from that person, a gift. You're too scared to throw away the presents because you're afraid they'll ask if you're still using them. The things you can't throw away because you're afraid they'll mention those memories. The time has come to face those final bosses. Welcome to the final memories. You can't let them run wild. Think calmly. Has anyone ever asked you if you still have the mug I gave you 7 years ago? No, they don't exist. They're as real as Pegasus or unicorns. Pegasus, unicorns. The "do you still have that thing I gave you 7 years ago" person doesn't exist. They're fictional. Do you even remember what you gave someone 4 years ago? I don't. You thought it was nice at the time, but you give gifts often, so you can't remember what you gave them. When someone says, "I still have that thing you gave me 12 years ago," you're shocked. What? I don't even know what I gave you 12 years ago. People don't usually remember what they gave as a gift, and they don't check if you're using it. Why? Because everyone is guilty of the same crime. Everyone. All of humanity lives with the guilt of wanting to throw away things they received as gifts, but can't. That's why they're hesitant to investigate others' wrongdoings. Will a co-conspirator investigate another co-conspirator? No. They're too busy trying to escape. Everyone is living while trying to escape that guilt. They're not investigating. So, it's okay. So what do you do? Throwing away a memorial message is not easy. I understand. Take a picture. That's the ultimate move. The final secret. Take a picture and upload it to the cloud. If you can do that, it becomes data and loses its mass. What's important is the memories, not the things. The memory of receiving it and the relationship you had at the time are important, not the thing itself. If you can remember that relationship, that's good enough. So data is fine. Click. Heart mark. To the memories folder. Boing. There's no mass, but our bond remains. And then take that memorial message and throw it in the trash. Goodbye. Bam. It's as powerful as slam dunk. Throw it in with force. Whoa! I did it! I finally threw it in the trash. Letters too. Letters from family, drawings. You can put them in too. Fan data. Throw it away. Let's throw it away. But it's important to read them first. Take a picture and upload it to the cloud. That's what 2 terabytes are for. You're definitely a kind person. Everyone knows that. Whether you throw away a memorial message or a letter, if you take pictures of them and manage them properly and look at them sometimes, you're a very kind person. The last fear when becoming a minimalist is that you'll be thought of as a cold person. You're throwing things,